The career of Johnny Unitas had a humble beginning. In fact, there just aren't many cornball stories like it anymore. Getting cut by the Steelers, a season of semi-pro ball with the Bloomfield Rams at $6 a game and getting paid in the basement of a dairy. Then the call from the Baltimore Colts, and presto, 2 back-to-back world championships in 1958 and 1959. Johnny Unitas, he came from the Sandlots to establish the standards by which all quarterbacks are judged.
The first time I ever seen Johnny Unitas, the coach came up to me and told me that I like steak. I thought he was crazy. I said, hell yeah, I like steak. He said that, you see that man over there? That's Johnny Unitas. And if you protect him, we all eat. If you don't, nobody eats.
For 16 years, John Unitas, number 19, was the meal ticket of the Baltimore Colts. He passed them to 3 world championships and won every individual honor the NFL has to offer. He once threw touchdown passes in 47 consecutive games. The only thing in sports that's comparable to that is Joe DiMaggio's 56-game hitting streak.
John Unitas could throw 3 touchdown passes or 3 interceptions. And if you sat there and insulated yourself and watched his face when he came off the field, you would not know which had happened from his expression. He was the same guy, and that was the secret of his greatness.
I get emotional over children and animals, not football games or baseball games or things that you do.
1st and 10 for Baltimore. 75 seconds to play. Packers 10, Colts 6.
Unitas was a competitor, never a showman. He would delight the fans, but only if it served his game and that of his teammates. He had no gift for gab. His talent spoke for itself.
He had a magnificent ability to put that ball up in there and drop it right down in the receiver, even though the defender would be right on top of him. He had a perfect touch for the football.
And there's nobody in the league that could throw the ball deep. I'm talking about 40, 50 yards consistently and hit the target as well as Johnny Unitas.
I think John willed things to happen. Everybody would say that, you know, he was a great Mississippi gambler and all that. Well, I think he did a lot of things that probably weren't very smart, but he got it done, and so that made him smart. You can look at quarterbacks nowadays and compare him with John as far as this is concerned. I don't think he ever ran out of bounds. Get near the sideline, he always turned his shoulder up and ran it in there. I never remember him ever dancing out of bounds.
If you were looking for a great middle linebacker, you'd put a guy with his temperament in middle linebacker, because he was a football player.
John's greatest single virtue was his unbreakable belief in himself. His ability to perform under pressure and in pain remains today the most enduring signature of his art and skill.
I remember in Chicago, my particular man that I was blocking hit him and tore all his mouth loose. He had about 17 or 20 stitches put in it. And we was trying to stop the blood on the field from bleeding. And Alex Sandusky reached down and picked up a hand of mud. He thought to pack his nose full of mud, we could stop it from bleeding, but the blood just kept coming.
The trainer came on the field, Eddie Block, he says, "You're out of here." I said, "No way." He says, "You don't know what you're doing." So I read the scoreboard to him. And he's trying to patch me up with Band-Aids and everything. And then I said, "I'll be all right." So we went back in the huddle.
We had 8 seconds or 9 seconds left on the clock. And I looked at him, and I couldn't look him in the eyes. And I looked in the huddle, and he looked at me and said, "That's all right, baby." He said, "We'll get him next time." We went back to the huddle. He called a long play to Lenny Moore, and he threw a touchdown pass to Lenny over J.C. Caroline. I never forgot that, because if I had been in his shoes looking at me, I'd have took my helmet off and beat my damn brains out.
Other quarterbacks have won more championships or compiled larger statistics, but none ever fit all the requirements of his demanding position as well. In 1970, in commemoration of the 50th anniversary of the NFL, John Unitas was named by the Pro Football Hall of Fame the greatest quarterback of all time.
From his childhood in Northern California,